first 3 verses. Nirupamanityaniramshakepyakhande Maichiti sarvavikalpanadishunye Ghalayati jagadisha jiva vedam Tvaghatita ghatana patirasi maya Shruti nidamanta shodakanapi ahahadhanadhinidarshanena sadhyaha kalushayati chatushpadadya bhinna aghatita ghatana patiyasi maya sukachida khanda vibodhamadvitiyam Viyadadadi vinirmite niyojya Brahmayati bhavasagare nitantam Tvaghatita ghatana patiyasi maya. The very first few pages, the entire shloka. Maya, that which everyone experiences, but is not there. That is the magic. That is what creates mystery in creation. It makes the impossible possible. That is why sometimes, what is it that we say about fiction being fiction versus reality? We say, strange, you find. But that is Maya. Now, why we should know about Maya? This is a very, this is what that will get us clarity actually, understanding. Understanding how Bhagavan here is saying that one, akhanda, undivided whole, homogeneous whole, that means it is homogeneous, it doesn't even have parts or divisions, that Atman. That Brahman which is all, Kevalam, one alone, is perceived to be so many through that magical lens called Maya. And then all divisions are created. Humans, plants, birds. See, when we say categories of every living being, then so many categories. And you will see within that also, in the crow family, you will find many jatis again. You take the cats, then you will find so many jatis. You take the dogs, then there are so many breeds of dogs. Within that also there are so many divisions. Take one division and within that. Human being, so many divisions. Divided according to race, color, caste, economic divisions. We are constantly creating these tributaries. How has all this happened? To that one undivided whole. That self in which there are no parts, no divisions. So this is Maya. And many people say theory of Maya. It is not a theory. There can be theory of creation. But Maya is not theory. when one comes to understand, only then can you overcome. You cannot, because this word Maya has been used in anyone born in this land knows Maya as though. They'll say, ye sab chodo, when there is a challenge or difficulty in life, ye sab Maya hai. Ye jag sansar Maya hai. But what really do we mean by this Maya? Until we do not know the self as one, akhanda advitiyam, nirakara nirguna. And that is who I am. Until you do not come to recognize that, you will not even recognize how that one is being divided. Because we are so lost in the division. So the first thing is to understand how I am that Atman, and once you have come to recognize that, you also will begin to see how we ourselves are getting caught up in this. Dividing all the time, categorizing, grouping. Forgetting this Brahman that we are there. And in Brahman all of this happens. Only when you recognize these divisions as coming from Maya, will it stop affecting you. Wherever there is light, we must understand that there is darkness in that same place. Therefore, light is known. Are we seeing this? Very clearly we must be able to see it. So when you say, I know about something, ignorance of it also lies somewhere there already. There is not knowing of it is there. So therefore about the world one can never say, I know it completely. One can come to recognize this truth, Brahman, and abide there. But about the world, because whatever is seen, there is some amount that is not seen. It comes together. It's a packet deal. That is why we have a whole school of thought which is Syadavadis. Syadavadis, the moment they say, when they talk about the world and anything about the world, they say, yes, this may be. They never conclude, this is what it is. And that therein lies wisdom. Because about the world, nothing can be known completely. Therefore, it is said that we must never conclude on anything. And this is what we constantly seek in life, isn't it? To conclude and arrive at something. When we have arrived at a conclusion, we are very happy. We do not like the state of, I don't know. It may be. We want to conclude. Are we all here saying this man is bad? If we have all concluded, I never liked him, and now there are 10 other people who are agreeing with my conclusion, I am very happy. It is not only I who feel like that, everybody is saying like that about him. And what pleasure we take on that. That is not wisdom. Maybe. Why should we conclude? This person is a Mahatma. That also need not be concluded. One who has understood Maya this way, has understood that it is a play of light and darkness. Anything in this world has both these sides to it. He will never falter. He will always be on the path. He is not going to be disappointed in life, nor is he going to be rejoicing in life. Therefore, it is needed to study and recognize this There are many schools, even among the Vedanta schools, they say one must destroy this Maya, one must not involve. You cannot really get out of it. As we are in this human body, the embodiment itself, and we are interacting and we are talking. So then to whom are we saying not to get involved in Maya? In Maya itself, remaining there we are. So that must be recognized. You cannot, there is really no need to destroy. There is just a need to understand and appreciate its presence. Live in awareness of it. Only then it doesn't affect you. It doesn't disturb you anymore. And that's the way to abide in that truth of that one. All the time, if you are fighting against something, if you are in conflict with the world, if you are in conflict with your own mind, your own emotions, you are in conflict with people whom you are living, that means Maya still has control over you, and one has not recognized how I am that Atman which cannot be divided this way. This division is arising only as a mental vibration, as an agitated vibration, because somewhere something within me is not being resolved. That's why in Vedanta, when we say the Shastras and the Guru, just playing like a mirror. You see the face in the mirror and you must correct something within yourself. The moment there is a conflict that is arising, we may blame it on the external. We always do that. The world is this way and therefore I am agitated. This person is this way, therefore I am agitated. I am worried, I am concerned, I am feeling bad. That means I had a standard. I had concluded on what one should be. Therefore, when this person is not meeting that expectation, I am in conflict. Which means, who is in Maya at that time? Because I have concluded something about the world and I have given that a reality, that illusion in the first place. And we constantly set standards for ourselves this way and for the world. Who should be how? If you have decided that, Maya Dasis, we are not Satyavadis. For one who is seeking Satyam must recognize this truth and seek that truth in spite of being in this Maya. So in spite of all these divisions, if love is what that connects me, in spite of all the divisions, if it is wisdom, the truth that connects me, then we are on the path. Because that ultimate, that Brahman is unconditional love. It is wisdom. Are we coming to see this? So if we are seekers of truth, then how far am I on the path? How unconditioned am I with all these so-called affirmations that we make upon ourselves on what I should be and what others should be and what the world should be like? You can never conclude about that. So, as seekers of truth, one must keep an eye on that Brahman and simply appreciate the fact whenever a conflict arises, see how Maya is playing. How that oneness is being disturbed now. And as long as you are in that oneness, you are not disturbed by anything. And you can simply see, you can enjoy the waves then that arise, in the ocean. If you do not know from where it comes and how it's going to come, and you think it's going to hit you, and you're going to be killed because of that, then there is terror, there is fear, there is insecurity all the time. But if you have recognized you are the ocean in which the waves arise and fall, then enjoy the waves coming up and going down. There is nothing to be in conflict about it. There is nothing to be worried about. constant adherence to who I am really. Life is throwing this. Maya only throws this all the time at us. If we fall for every game that Maya throws at us, bait, then we are driven away from the truth and engaging in the world alone. And then there is a lot of strife there. But if we want to move away from that all, then constantly be with that thought that I am that Atman. And then you will enjoy. And this is what Ishvara Leela we call. God's play. When we play with children, any game, we know the game and we probably, because we are much older and we have played it. But for the child, how is it? If he is going to lose, it's something that everything for him, office is going. So how is he? Totally involved, and he cries and he jumps, and as though he has won. When he has won the game, everything, that is calls for everything in his life. But you as an adult, you may even be ready to lose that game if he is happy. How come that game doesn't hold so much? Because, of course, you are holding on to much bigger. Now you are playing a different version, but you are also lost in that. But that version is not anymore appealing. But it is the same. Until we are caught up, thinking that that job of mine, that wife or that husband of mine is all. That child of mine is all. My name is all. My family name is all. My country is all. My principle is all. And as long as we live with these kind of conclusions, we are also caught up in that game. The moment you say, no, I am seeking the truth, I am Satyavadi, I want to know the truth of this, then you can play the game, simply play your role and enjoy it. Because you know you are not going to die even if you are fighting a war. It's the fight between good people and bad people, and you enjoy it. And then you play. If you are Duryodhana, enjoy the Duryodhana role. Doesn't matter. That is a realized master. No longer it will be that I want Krishna's role only. I want only Arjuna, I can never play Duryodhana. And then one saying, I once in one movie I acted as Duryodhana, after that I am getting only Duryodhana roles. I am also caught up with Duryodhana role. Doesn't matter. So this is what, again in the fourth verse we shall see. What is Bhagavan saying there? Apagata guna varna jati vede sukhachiti vipravidangaham kritimcha sutayati sutalara gehamoham tvagatita gatana patiyasi maya. This maya, that which can make the impossible possible, brings about this ahankara within us. Saying what? I am Brahman. I am Kshatriya. I am Shudra. I am so and so. All this, how is it appearing? From where has it come about? Appearing on what? On that Brahman. That Brahman, poor thing, has nothing to do with this. It is Akhandam, Advitiyam, devoid of any qualities. No Varna Jati, no Veda only. But But we have created so many divisions. And we are constantly creating divisions. Division is what we are taught to learn in the beginning itself. From childhood, we are learned to identify black, blue, orange, green, parrot, apple, fruit, vegetable. And the more easily and quickly you are able to tell these divisions, the smarter you are, the more intelligent you are. If there is one who says, I can't see the difference between apple and mango, well, some IQ problem. So dumb. Not able to. You think some eye deficiency? No, this is a problem. No? If you tell people, you have to go to the doctor if you can't see color. But if you enter that spiritual teacher's house, he will say that what does it matter? You are closer to the truth. There is really no deficiency. The more you are able to tell the difference in sound, that is how, and any art, aesthetics, is actually taking you to that perfection, that refinement of being able to tell the differences in sound, music, visual art, any painting, you are able to see the form, you are able to appreciate. So, that is Vidya Rupi Maya. It can take you to very great heights, lost in that sound itself, lost in some, even the taste of, the quality of taste. As tasters, one has to be very refined. It's an art. To be able to tell the difference. And these people are paid. So, but then to be that sensitive and to be aware is to be awakened to that one, that truth. Understanding that these are simply differences. Now, it doesn't mean that somebody who cannot see, because I really can't see blue to green or red and blue, the difference between, that means there is a problem with the eye. Okay, do not say that, oh, that person is now realized he is seeing Atman, that therefore not see. There is a problem with the instrument that needs correction. Please go ahead and correct it, but to be disturbed because of it. When we say coming to see this oneness, it's an inner attunement, where even like, if you are like a Surdas who can't see through the eyes, still has the vision of the Lord. And the vision of the Lord doesn't depend on whether you have this physical eye or no. This is all of this, because I have this eye and I can see through the eye and I am so and so. We take so much sense of enjoyership, doership in it. Isn't it? By birth, I am so and so. I mean, when he was born only, he was singing. These days, more and more people. Any first album of theirs has become a hit. You ask them, when did you start learning? When I was just 2 or 3 also, I have been singing. I came out crying only in Surali. With that sense of, this is who I am, to create that identity for myself in this world. Not only will you want that, people around you also want to create one identity for you. And today there are these identity makers, image makers, isn't it? Celebrity managers. They will tell you what kind of identity you should now develop, because they have done a lot of homework in this. They have understood the psychology. What is needed and what is not needed. And the moment you listen to them and go accordingly, you are a success. Why? Because they have understood this perception and how it works. And creating more and more within that. And why is all of this very important to us? Because we also constantly are working on this I, the assumption of who I am. So the moment I consider myself Brahmin, okay, I'm looking at other Brahmins. These are all my group. And then when there is a non-Brahmin, oh, he is not Brahmin. He will be this way. Concluding on that. Constantly concluding. At every given point, concluding. Assuming and concluding. Assuming and concluding. And this way, we lead our lives. Now, if you really look into thought processes, our mind, when we go through, isn't that the process really that is happening? First of all, this obsession with the mind that we have. In my mind, things have to be settled, then I am settled. We are looking at settling things in the family, at home. Satsang, I can't attend. There are many things happening at home. I need that settled first. Never happen. My office, family, those responsibilities, let them get settled. Then I want this one. I want this knowledge. I know I'm born for that, but then certain other duties and certain other settlements to be done before. This knowledge, you understand, everything will settle on its own. You will recognize that there is no need, only let them remain unsettled. What does it matter? Because again, settling according to whom? According to what? Let me become a graduate, I'll settle down. Let me get a job, I'll settle down. Let me get married, I'll settle down. Let me have children, I'll settle down. Let me grow old, I'll settle down. Let me find an old age home and settle down. Until finally, which grave? Final settling. But is that final? That final settling we don't want. Final settling will only happen when we come to recognize the truth of who we are. I am not this Brahmin, I am not the Kshatriya, I am not this man, I am not this woman. If I am not man, I am not woman, then he says, even this Sutadara Gehamoham. This is my child. Arey, when you are not a man, you are not a woman. Where is this is my child come about? How many of us are affected by these things? Are we affected? Yes. What we have done in basic course? We must be laughing at ourselves now. How we got affected? This is happening to my son. This is happening to my daughter. This is with my family. That is Maya working. Recognize that. Just recognize that much. Don't fight it. Every time I'm concerned, I'm worried, I fear. Fear for my relationships, fear for my property, acquiring one, losing one. What is happening? Maya is holding. That is all. Recognize that. You cannot, then you will also recognize that you cannot move out of that. It is only in recognizing and understanding and acting upon that understanding will you overcome it. The answer is not now because I am concerned about my wife, I have to divorce her. Is that an answer? There is no solution. I am concerned about my husband is my worry, so I am leaving him and going. Can you ever leave something like this and go? Cannot. To understand all my concerns and worry and insecurity comes because I am attached to a certain idea about them. I am attached, I am getting a lot of security from them. I am getting a lot of satisfaction from them. This is what is creating the fear. So where is fear really? In my own mind, because I am attached to an idea of what security is, what comfort is. And until you have not worked out on this, you have not come out of this, you can really not help anybody in this world. We must overcome this first. Then we can tell the other, your problem lies here. You move out of that. Till that time, one blind is leading another blind. When we say we are helping out our friends, how can one blind person help? We are assuming we are helping. Therefore we say, spirituality begins where psychology ends. As a great psychologist, you can help people with their minds. Only one person who hasn't sorted out his own mind is helping the other. Only because probably he has a stronger mind than the other. Every time a strong mind can help a weak mind, that's all. But both are helping each other in that storm only. You don't know when that strong mind will be hit by one something and he'll be lost. Until you do not have this spiritual teaching and you really do not move away from this mind completely, that plane of existence, mental existence, come to recognize it as Maya. Until you do not resolve these issues within yourselves, you can never really help anybody. Because each one is finally caught up in their own web. And each one has to resolve it this way alone. Everyone, we say, must come with their own package of karma. Karma package. So the only real way to contribute is to show them this. Other help is all possible. Somebody is hungry, you feed. Somebody wants clothes, you give. You show the way because you have been. All of that one must engage in. I'm not saying don't engage in that kind of work. Because this is what happens, no? Arjuna questions this only. If everything is Maya, then I must stop acting. What all? Isn't it? You are telling me to stop acting. Can I really stop acting? No. Krishna says, you please continue to give dhanam, to be doing good charity, charitable work. You keep helping others. You must keep doing your duty, whatever that is. But beyond that, do not expect anything because each one is going through their own karma. Understanding this, you will move away. That is sannyasa. Very well, you will be able to give up all that you've been holding as yours. That is what Maya does. Makes you think that you are dependent on all of this. That I need to have a caste certificate, I need to have a birth certificate, I need to have Yes, we have created a world for ourselves which requires these things constantly. But if you are to be told that these are just, if you handle it that way, all these are mere numbers. They do not describe who I am. What I am in reality is far, far, far away from this. This is known to us. Do not get entangled in that. You are playing a role, play the role. Do not get entangled in it. Only then will you be free. So, that which is devoid of inequality is made to be seen as intelligent, as stupid, as extrovert, as introvert, as outgoing, very negative, very positive. Isn't it? These are all mere projections happening. In truth, there is nothing like that. Or rather, instead of saying there is nothing like that, because right in the beginning when we start saying it is very difficult for us. So you say it may be like that. That's a better, easier on our hearts. I can see that fellow is so stupid. How you are saying he is not stupid? He may be stupid. This one is intelligent. He may be intelligent. Maybe in this situation, under these circumstances, he has shown intelligence. Under these circumstances, this person acted like a fool. But let's not condemn or let's not categorize. So that you are free from all of these appellations. We are studying that Maya does this. And yet we are also involving in this. We must not get caught up in that cycle. You move away from it. It may be. And then when you look at it from a totally detached viewpoint, you begin to see how everything appeared this way. And when you see the appearances as is every time, you are free from it. Do not get attached. If you get attached to anything of this world, you're stuck. That is the nature of Maya. That is the Maya Shakti. Constantly doing something, constantly using a few words, saying the few things. Some of us even have that habit, of repeating a few. Especially in the teenage, this is there. What is cool? Chill out. These are words we use. That comes and goes. It's a particular age, but then there are many of us who get caught. Even if you are using a particular word constantly, if you are doing particular things one way, and you cannot change yourself, you are getting caught up, understand? You should be very aware of these things. A particular thought process continuously, you will get caught. This is how Maya engulfs and envelops. And it's nice to use these words. Awesome. To explain something. No. You use the right words. At best, that can describe what it is. Instead of going with some standard, awesome. It's very dead when you say that. And you see each other. So what's up? You can ask. Even that has its utility. It works. I'm not saying it always doesn't work. But there are some people who have nothing to say, who really want nothing to ask also. And then they go around, so what's up? You don't want to say anything, you don't want to ask anything, keep quiet. Be true to yourself. Don't start up a conversation. You're getting stuck and you're acting from Maya. When you understand and you look at it from this point of view, study the Gita again from this point of view. You will see how much Krishna has spoken and what he has said. How your speech should be, how your action should be. We have studied in the 17th chapter and 18th we are going. Austerity of speech, thought, physical action. Do only what needs to be done. Means this only. Don't simply because you see somebody in front of you, you don't have to go and talk to them. There is really no need. But constantly, if there are two people in a room, they think they have to talk to each other. You don't have to. If there is nothing you want to ask that person, please be with that. Don't ask. How can we do that? It looks bad. Social etiquette. You can just smile at that person. Be with him quietly. Just sit down. That is a lakshana of a true seeker. To get involved and talk and how you arrived here, which bus you took, which rickshaw you took, how you didn't get up and then how you got up. Useless chatter. You will get caught up in that Maya again. There is no releasing from there. So where silence does not work, use words, is what Buddha said. Which means, according to him, there is no need only to talk. Everything should be done in silence, and it can be done. Highly evolved people do not talk. That is an effort for them. They have to spend energy. That is why they ask me, you keep on talking. Maya catches up like this. How much will you talk is what they keep asking me, anybody I meet. Spending my energies. The fifth verse we shall see. Viti harihara vedramapyakhande bhata virachajya budhanapi prakamam Dhamayati harihara viveda bhavan agadita ghatana patiyasi maya. Brahmayati. What? How does it delude one? Hari Hara. Even among gods, forget about human beings. We have not spared them. And is it common man? Common man is always confused. He says, I cannot arrive. Because first question is, how many crores of gods? How do I? He is confused. Can understand. Scholars are confused. One says, Narayana, I am a Vaishnavite. He has studied the Shastras and arrived at this. What do you do about him? And the other says, Shaivai. Only Shiva will say. Only Krishna will say. If you do not believe, you are to be condemned. You are not evolved enough to understand this truth. Who is saying these? These are words of Pandita scholars. So this is what to do about common people then. When evolved people are lost to this way. See the Upanishads, if you see, don't talk of Trinity. We say the Upanishads only speak of the highest truth. You will never find in Upanishads Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Brahman is known. That one which is not even to be called Brahman is what is told in the Upanishads. Because why give it a name? That which is nameless. Because you cannot compare it with anything else. Other than it, there is nothing. So what is there for it to be compared? So where is the question of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva arising at all? The Upanishads don't talk of it. But somewhere, probably to help people evolve and come to recognize, okay, you keep an idol, okay, you worship this. The Puranas started talking about Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. And then you see how more and more attached and divided we have become. That truth has been caught up somewhere in all these divisions. And each and every religion claiming theirs is the best. Theirs is the way. When there is nothing, so he says, Hari Hara Veda. What is this? From where did this come about? Who is Hari and who is Hara? There is always how people will say, Haridwar bolte ho ki Haridwar bolte ho? Because that's important. Haridwar to kahin pahunche ho, Hari ke dwar pahunche ho. Haridwar kya hota hai? And Shaivites will say Haridwar hai wo, Haridwar nahi. Then I ko hata do. Har Har Mahadeva, it is Shiva. You enter the gates. And he never thought about it. You didn't think, no? You are lucky. Because I was stuck up once in a while. Haridwar. I will never consciously write H-A-R-I-D. I will write it as H-A-R-D. Shall I? Hari Hara Veda. पागलपना है ना, madness. All that Hari or Hara should help you to do is to transcend that, use that as a tool to move beyond. But कहानियां हैं. Haridwar is the place, and I'm telling you, what is the belief among many people, common people and scholars, those who are living north of Haridwar, Rishikesh and Tor, they belong to the Deva Bhumi. Anybody below Rishikesh, Maya, that is Maya Jal, Dakshin mein rehte ho. Dakshin is anything below Rishikesh. You have gone to Maya Loka. If all it mattered that if I am a seeker of truth and I have to be in Brahma Loka, I have to be in North, then everybody can go and settle there. Lost with this. Very, very deeply. And they wear these robes and they talk this. So anybody who doesn't know also goes there, begins to believe that. Because they are authority, they seem to be in a state of authority. This is very, very scary. Scary to somebody who has not, who is seeking, then you feel you are deluding people even more by this kind of knowledge, because the one who is giving such knowledge is deep in delusion. It is like this, one blind leading the other. Where will you lead? Where will you go? This division of Brahmadev, Vishnudev, Rudra, he says. That Vidhi Hari Hara Vedam, Akhandapi, that Brahman is Akhanda, and he seems to have taken up. So that is how you explain that, okay, Brahmaji is nothing but the creative aspect of Brahman. The sustainer is, and there is fight over who is greater. There is one teacher who keeps saying that how it's very easy to make relationships. How much does it take? You just have to go with a flower to a woman and propose, and then it's very easy to start a relationship. On Valentine's Day, you have to give a gift to your Valentine and begin a relationship. That is so easy, but how difficult is it to sustain, isn't it? So sustaining any relationship is so tough, and that therefore more superior. So, who is more superior? The sustainer of this entire universe, Vishnu, Narayana. This is the logic to reach Narayana. And this is the logic to say that Narayana is superior to Brahma, the creator. To start a creation is no big deal. To destroy it is no big deal. Shiva is nobody, but Vishnu is the one who maintains. This way he has reached Bhagavan Narayana. And people are so happy listening. What logic? Absolutely rational. जो चीज पैदा ही नहीं हुआ उसको सस्टेन करने की क्या बात है? कहाँ से? ये अकल कहाँ? When will you come to recognize this? Until you have not heard or known about this Brahman being that one without any divisions. Will you keep on sustaining? I have to keep eating food to sustain without destroying, evacuating what is inside. Can you sustain for any longer? The same logic applies. So how can you say one is greater than the other? Because that Shaivite, he gives rise to that Shaivite aspect of me. No? The moment he talks like that, I will say you eat and there is no destruction happening. You see what happens. Let it be collecting in your stomach. Will you be able to eat? You have had breakfast, lunch, dinner. Next morning I'm going to give breakfast without evacuating. What is all right? Can you sustain? How much for how many days? You will cry for Rudra. That is why we say Rudra makes you cry. Rudra is the most compassionate aspect, but you cry. Because you don't want certain things sustained as is. You want to put an end to it. Isn't it? Now this way, you can go on talking about logic. Can you prove one is superior to the other? But masters engaging this way. How Vaishnava is more important and Shiva is more important. And then their followers. How their guru, who is a Vaishnavite, is so important versus that other guru who is Shaivite, who is useless. This way we continue. Very important in times of Shankara to quote these examples. While these are still, they exist, we must understand. Then every principle, every idea that we follow, be it political, be it whatever, social. If we do not understand from where it is coming, we can never resolve these issues. And until you have not overcome that, you are not in a position to resolve it for the other also. That's why this knowledge of the self, the Atman, is of prime importance. Only this will help you deal with every other issue, be it relationship, family issue, be it economical issue, be it the issue of a state, be it the political issue, be it a moral issue. Only one who has come to recognize this truth will be able to see from where this thought sprouted and has grown this far and where to cut it. Therefore, we had realized masters who were as counselors, as advisors to Maharajas. Maharaja would say, I may be clouded in the idea that I am Kshatriya, I am man, I am king, I have to be one way, but let me take the good advice of a sage, of a rishi, who will be able to make me see with clarity so that my decisions are in the best for everyone. So he is not going to be partial to anybody. Such a sage will be impartial because he owns nothing. He knows everything else is but a manifestation of that same self. So, in your own body, because you think the eye is more important than the ear or the finger or the toe, are you ready to sacrifice one for the other? You will not do it. Oh, why? My fingers I want. My ear I want. My eye I want. Everything as is I want it. With equal fondness and affection, you love every part of your body, isn't it? So one who has come to recognize this oneness alone can see everyone equally. He is the most democratic person in the world. Understanding the differences in everyone, he holds no grudges, no prejudices, no biases against it. Simply appreciating for something the way it is. When you go to even plant, saplings, what do we say? Oh, this is a grass, it needs to be grown this way, this kind of care is required. This is a bamboo, this is an oak, this is a coconut, you look at it and those conditions you want to facilitate and provide. Do you hate the grass because it is the way it is? Or do you hate the oak because the way it is? You just treat it the way it requires to be done. Then from where does this hatred and bias and prejudice come in the mind of people? If you simply recognize a person as is, and now you know what needs to be done, why are we colored with all these divisions? Why so much hatred, fear, insecurity, grief in our lives? It has come about somehow. It has happened because of the divisions we have allowed, isn't it? So therefore, recognize that these divisions are simply created, and because they are created, they can be dissolved. They need not be held on as truth. What is truth is that I am that Advaita Vastu. Whole, homogeneous, Nirakara, Nirguna, Niramsha. Staying there, appreciate all the divisions. Then there is true unity in diversity. And simply enjoy. So reality is akhanda. This is what the Upanishad declaration is. Tattvamasi. How is that? That is akhanda advitiyam, one without a second. And that alone expresses and livens every other being on this planet or elsewhere. So wherever I see another being, is that self alone in me, which is enlivened to the other self. And there is really no division in that. And from there we all come. When you see that, you appreciate the differences also. Be happy to notice a different point of view. Be happy even if it is however opposite in view of yours it can be. Just recognize the lovely manifestation and creation of the Lord. Normally what happens? When somebody thinks differently or opposite of what we think, especially in meetings we will see this happen. I want something this way, and then there is that person who suggested something the other way. And I don't want that at all. So what happens? Anger comes, hatred comes, bitterness comes. Instead of appreciating that difference, hey, somebody thought like that also. Oh wow, I never thought about it like that. So look at that thought. Appreciate that thought for whatever it is and leave it. You don't need to hate it. You don't need to be angered with that. Why? Where is this anger and bitterness arising? Because you are so attached to your own thought. So anything that is opposite of that, you do not like. This is how Maya works and controls us moment to moment. Making the impossible possible. This is how Brahman allows for all of existence to remain, because all of this is an appearance, and in that consciousness, all these appearances simply, these are phenomena, happenings. So events are happening and things are getting done. Leave it at that. If you are able to simply see this, moment to moment, when we meditate also, you keep thinking about this. At this very moment, so many things are happening in this world. There is birth happening, there is death happening, somebody is suffering, somebody is rejoicing, somebody is getting married, somebody. In this moment, I am telling you right now, someone's getting married, somebody is divorcing. Where is the truth to all of this? And yet we are so caught up. Somebody has lost some property, somebody has gained some property. This is the web of creation. You must sit down sometime, meditate upon this. Come to recognize things for what they are. Then we do not get caught up in this whole life cycle. And the more and more we can release ourselves from all of these conditionings, you are free. You are free. You are in your own nature. Till that time you are caught up as a man, woman, as Brahmin, Kshatriya, whatever, Indian, Pakistani. And when we are able to recognize this Maya, one must, this is my take. Many Vedantins don't believe in this. You play your role there. You know you have a role now. Play your role well. There is no need to run away from that. Being detached, you do whatever needs to be done. So with this we conclude our Maya Panchakam, 5 verses. Read through, because see here, Tattva-Vedananji has given beautiful examples which I have not taken up. Because I said anyway you will be reading with that hope and expectation. Now I am telling you I have not taken it up, so at least now you go and read it. It is not the same what I have spoken about. You must read it. He is very, very clear. He has given a lot of examples. I also opened the book now. But because I know him, I mean I heard him, I know how clarity and what examples he will give. He himself is very, very qualified, highly professionally qualified also, so he has. Read the book, contemplate on it. And as much as you understand Maya, one will begin to appreciate it and enjoy it. You don't need to run away, kill it, destroy it. These are many words used by teachers. If you feel happy destroying it, then that's also your call. Okay? You want to share anything? Any questions? Next we will take up Kashi Panchakam. For some reason I felt I had to complete Maya Panchakam and then go. We were going to do Kashi first. I thought we will understand Kashi Panchakam better after having understood Maya. Kashi is about this Kashi place, Banaras. We all want to go there sometime. How many of us want to go? You've gone, no? Been there? Moksha. She has got moksha. They say going to Kashi gives you moksha. Any questions, doubts?
There are good solutions. Whatever we discussed now are essentially really solutions to lead a proper life. Always, I think, most important is how to implement. Because we go through.
See, it is only when you begin to see this, in that understanding of how this comes up, many issues will get resolved on its own.
Like they say, there's always a solution to the problem, but we don't want to see that solution to the problem. We want to see the problem as a problem.
In fact, wherever the problem has arisen, the solution is there only. We don't look for it there. We look for it elsewhere. That is Maya. Makes you search for that gold chain where there is light, because it's more glamorous and you think you will arrive at the solution there. It is not there. It is where the problem has come up. So why has that problem come up? What is in me that is creating this problem is what one needs to check all the time. Remember the mirror example. Look at the mirror. If there is a scar, then you have to treat the face, not the image. We are constantly trying to treat the image. What is seen is what I want to change. If you want to change that, you have to change not what you see there. And then when you see that even what I am seeing there is also an appearance, you will be free of even that scar. That scar is, that's it. The scar is not who I am. I am not even perturbed by the reflection now. Nor am I perturbed with what is as is.
There will be very few people only thinking that and acting as they are living in Maya. It's like everybody goes into that and then do all
absolutely. Everybody is in that only, no?
But is there any people think about that and then that thinking that they are in Maya and trying to avoid it? May not be possible.
You cannot avoid Maya. No, you are asking if there is somebody who is... No, anyone who has recognized the self and is abiding in that is the one who has overcome Maya. Understand that. There is really no fighting because Maya is non-existent. You cannot fight it. Got it? But it is only in understanding this truth will you come to recognize that everything else is an appearance. So, any person who has come to recognize this truth about himself will recognize Maya. You must recognize Maya. Only then you will not get caught in it. Otherwise, then people are caught in it. So there are only two ways. You are either caught up or you are not caught up. Yes or no? There is no grey area. 70% I'm there. 30% I have to still work on. You are not saying. It is okay, we understand. That is why we have basic course and advanced course. माया ये तो है ही इतना हो गया एडवांस वाले वो सोचते हैं I'm slightly evolved वो बच्चे आए हैं अभी ठीक है.
What you said just now is really the problem. We were fighting Maya which is not there.
It is not there, you can't fight
That's
it.
the whole problem.
We are fighting.
We are always fighting something that is not there. We project things, we take some possible idea and then just go on building on
And
top
what
of
is
it.
really appealing to the logic, to the rational sense, we take
Just
it up.
stick to it.
And then there are many justifying your stand, no? Because everyone is telling you, fantastic, you are intelligent, you could think, you are all the more encouraged to get into this. And you also seek that company only who says you are right.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Like group meditation.
So, everyone likes it. The teacher also says group dynamics very good, come. How else to make them meditate? In the group, we take lot of protection, no, and security. It is, I always say, walk alone, be alone. Do not seek this association constantly. I want an okay with somebody, my friend has to okay, my best friend has to say yes. The spiritual path, you be alone. And like I said, be like the lion. The lion is alone. Huge territory, it will walk alone. And you need to be courageous. You need to be honest. So honesty and courage. These two are your friends. Be with that. Do not bother about anything else. Be honest enough. Even if you see something about yourself which is very disturbing. Be with that disturbance, yes, because I created this secure feeling about myself, now it is shaken. Appreciate that shaking and falling off of that assumption. Oh, I am not as great as I thought I was. But then you are coming to see the truth, somewhere close you are. We all have great self-image about ourselves. The image in the mirror that we are seeing, which is not there, no? More and more these conditionings crumble and fall better in the spiritual path.
Just a query. Okay. At a level, a spiritual level, okay, we think in a certain way, what we have picked up here. Yeah. A conditioning comes up, you say, okay, it's a conditioning. I can choose not to follow it. And you pick up. Okay. So at that level, at the spiritual level, emotional level, mental level, whatever you call it, internal level, you have accepted, or like you said, maybe even enjoy it, or whatever you can. Now comes like the functional level, as you call it, Vyavahari. That is where the whole nothing comes in. Okay, now
So there it's
there you will be operating from certain conditioning. Yes, again, I know there are certain things you tell yourself, no, this is how I thought earlier, but that may not be true. It's my previous sanskar coming up. I may have been wrong. Let go. Do whatever needs to be done. Rationally. But even in that do whatever needs to be done, there is some conditioning, some basic value, something you'll be taking on the basis of which
You have already, even the whatever you are surrounded with, has come from a certain conditioning only of yours. You have already collected that. That is why this is the karma that we have collected. We need to work this out. Okay, so this vyavahara needs to be taken care of. And there is really no need to run away from it. But start expressing from the truth that you are now. Every time you have evolved, okay, allow that to express in your vyavahara, because then that begins to change the situation around. It might be rattling, it might be very, very, it's not going to be comforting, understand that. It is not going to be that people are going to see what you're doing and appreciate because this is what we all expect. I am evolving, I am in the spiritual path and people should appreciate and respect that. Nobody is going to respect that because they have come to see that you are getting self-sufficient. You are no longer carrying on like previously you were expressing in this particular relationship. They see a breakup of that relationship also possible. Nobody likes that. So they are not having that kind of understanding. And previously you connected because I had a certain deficiency in me. I lacked emotional support, I lacked financial support, and I got into relationships because I'm very friendly but I'm really dependent and I like that. So then I have started doing some things for the other person so that he or she fulfills that financial need in me. What have I done? I have also entangled that person, and now when I say I'm no longer dependent financially on you, that is the breakup of the relationship that happens. Now I'm not seeking that emotional support from you, but that person is not ready. So there is going to be friction. But you must constantly act from, that is why I say, the truth that you have known, you begin to express that. Little by little by little in small doses, understanding that that person is not going to be at the same state. Because for him, he's still, him or her, living in that, caught up in that world. And it may cause this kind, and what is not needed, you must learn to drop. Now that's another thing, very difficult. No? In Vyavahara, because we have said so many things to the other person. Next 7 lifetimes, I will be with you. Come what may, I am your friend. I will never leave you. You should never leave me. These are the promises we have expressed to each other. Now what? You can still continue. There is absolutely nothing wrong. And it will not be you have to keep sorting out. I understand what you're saying. But, so when anybody says that to me, I say, yes, I am with you. I will never leave you. And that's the truth I'm talking. Because I'm talking not from this level of bodily. That's the truth. You never leave. So, you are not speaking any lies, but you have to understand from where you are talking. And as long as that understanding is complete, you begin to express from there.
that is true.
And a little expect that, yes, there will be ripples. Don't expect it to be smooth and everyone, now she is understanding. She is now my guru and I will also evolve. No, I am in no way wanting any guru relationship with her. Why should I treat her as my guru? And then we think, we have understood, we expect everyone will understand. Never happens.
No, in fact, the opposite happens because what my journey has been since I started.
The opposite is not happening. You are in the same level as them. Now you are evolving. So you think, this one is not stupid. No.
Not that way. I'm talking about their perception of
who you are.
So they find that I am either being too accepting, like not giving importance to a lot of things, like how can you accept all this? Or doing things which, how can you do this? You get?
Let that happen. Let that happen because that is needed
Just
for
the
their evolution. You don't
Just the
bother
observation.
with that. Yes, it will happen because it must have happened to us many times
Yes.
before.
Yes.
We may have had such spiritual people in our family and never accepted them. We would have rejected them.
Yeah, like they wonder, like how can you accept this? It's
Something
okay
like
with
this,
you.
yes.
No, it's not important. Karna hai kar liya, and then stop thinking. So their perception is like, how are you?
But that's
doing this?
going to be there continuously.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't think that if you have come to recognize the self and you have that will go away. People still will. The kind of conversations I have, I recognize. Facebook is the biggest Maya that is happening, and I am very active on Facebook these days. I have also opened a WhatsApp account, by the way, and I'm enjoying as of now. And I like to friend request, and I wonder why they are asking me. And I say okay because I look at their profile and nowhere, no connection. I say yes.
You're testing yourself.
And I love some of the responses. Why do you like to dress like a saint? One question that comes up. What do you actually do? You look like some sadhvi. What do you actually do? Which means you look like a sadhvi or not. Even he is accepting. Appearances are different. So he's talking my language. I think he is evolved. I become friends with him.
Seeker. He's a seeker. He's seeking
Yes,
answers.
he is arrived. I am the one seeking. How can I tell him that I am what I appear? I am not a sadhvi. I may appear like one.
Okay, we spoke so much about Maya. What I meant, okay, others, it doesn't matter what they perceive. I'm saying your own mind, like my own mind once in a way comes up with, oh, I accepted all that. Why should I actually? Should I have accepted that? Mind comes up.
But that is the
Why
mind
am I okay with that?
which is telling you accept one thing, deny one thing. It is the mind only. If you do not accept, are you happy with it? Then you are happy. You are still in Maya. Because there is no happiness or sorrow in that.
No. I'm okay with it, but once in the mind comes up with, why am I? Should I do
The very
why
fact that
should
you're
I?
saying I'm okay with it, you are like, saying now I am the one who has to accept this. It is not in your hands. There is nothing there you can accept or not accept. See, it is very, very tricky. Do not think that you have understood. I am accepting. And by the way, one comes up. No, where have you accepted? How can you accept that which does not belong, has no existence? So there is no question of you accepting.
But the question is, she's coming here, they are not coming here.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me and my
She is
mind.
talking about herself only. She's saying, I have accepted, and then thought comes up.
Something that once in a way comes. But why? Should I really be? Is it okay? Maybe I should just
Why
go
did
once
I
in a
accept?
way.
Why am I not accepting?
It's
Both are in that only.
We should start loving our uncertainties.
Absolutely, if you can welcome that.
yeah, it's like you said today, ma'am.
Not
Enjoy
only,
it.
if you recognize that at every moment, what you have is uncertainty. Security is the biggest myth.
Myth, yeah.
Recognize that. You are safe.
It's like you said, the best thing today. Recognize, even if you're Duryodhana, be with it, enjoy it.
I am not
So
saying it.
Maybe,
My Acharya said you be Duryodhana.
maybe.
I will not quote you out of it. It's only for me in the class.
See, I am Acharya.
And even the recording stays with me. And I delete
See, uncertainty and trouble all the time, allowing for these recordings to happen, and these went out to the world.
Listen and believe.
No, see, it doesn't matter. Understand, as long
Yeah,
as
I
you
know.
have understood in what
Concept.
context is this is being said, that you be Duryodhana. One will not be Duryodhana if you have understood the truth. That's all. That's all I want to say. It cannot be going together. It can never be going together. From the tamasic to the rajasic to the sattvic and then beyond is always what I insist. So you cannot be a Duryodhana and be recognizing Maya. It will not come to you. Understand that also. Maya is very interesting. Why only 5 verses, Shankara told you?
More talking is also Maya.
Huh?
More verses also
Any
Maya.
talk is Maya. All talk happens in Maya.
This is Tattva Prakashika commentary. What is Prakashika?
Prakashika. That tattva is being illuminated.
Prakash.
Maya Panchakam. So we will conclude with this. Think about it, reflect on it, these 5 verses. Read the book. Next Saturday we will start with Kashi.
Shishya